trains with me. Like, you know, we're
Jiu-jitsu
coached.
or
We're
running?
we're both coached by Jenny,
Oh,
so
okay.
he's like a runner guy, and he messed up his last marathon, so he did one of those like black and white like Instagram posts where he's like, "I'm sorry, but this wasn't my best. I could do so much better." You know how like people always do that, you know?
Hardo move.
Dude, there's yeah, he's like, "This wasn't the race I imagined in my head, but next time." And so now he's on like this,
Cool, bro.
he's like, "I gotta lose 15 pounds. This is everything to me." And I was like, "All right." And so I tapped in. He went live on Instagram the other day. I was like, "Oh, I'll give him a view." Boop. He's like, "I cut out coffee creamer. I cut out Jolly Ranchers. I
Yeah.
cut out," and I was like, but if I get to the point where I'm counting calories on like condiments, like that's too much, you know?
That is what we
Like,
call an eating disorder.
yeah, that's maybe a step too far. Cause to me, like condiments don't even count. Like I'm not counting calories.
Mustard, ketchup.
No.
No. I had a steak burrito the other day, and I went through my head. I was like, queso.
But you
Yeah, we
said
could.
yes to the coffee creamer. You count stuff like that?
I went out completely on coffee, coffee creamer, all sorts of like. When I did the January to March like cut, I cut all sugar. So it was like I'm not doing coffee creamer. I'm not doing regular creamer. I'm not doing ice cream or cookies or like anything. And it paid off. I mean, like again, we went down like 40 pounds pretty quick. But now I've kind of like started to go, okay, I'll have like a Saturday, Sunday kind of thing. And like if somebody wants to do like beers on a weekend or on a weekday, I might do like 2 beers. I'm probably not going to do more than that. Yeah. But I mean, sugar is still really low. Carbs are the really tough part. Not having bread for that time was just awful. And now I've finally gotten back into being able to have like bread and stuff. But man, no bread, that was difficult for me.
I can imagine. Yeah. Bread, I mean, as a runner, like you'd probably
Now I'm back on. I'll have some carbs, but like those like January to March, no carbs was just that was rough. But again, it kind of paid off. I looked okay at the wedding. The only thing I should have done is shave my head before the wedding. My January I should have just gone like Wimby and just cut it all off. So,
but you haven't shaved your head now, have you?
so did I tell you about what happened?
No.
So I had
You,
it all
you
planned
you
out.
called me yesterday
Truly,
and you were like on a walk and I was like, this isn't Andrew that I know. This isn't the guy that stays at the office
yeah. No, I've been
24 hours a day.
doing a
Who is
little bit
this
more
guy?
walking. Doing a
That's a nice
little bit
shirt,
more
by the way.
walking. Thank you. I look. It's a good outfit today. No, so I'm standing in front of the razors in Walmart, right, and they're all glassed over. So I can really like look at my reflection and like I'm flying through. I'm thinking of all the times I had my head out the window of my dad's car, breeze blowing through my hair. I'm like, we're having like a
How many times did you do that? Did you put your hair out or your
oh
head
a
outside the window of
bunch
your
as a
dad's
little
car?
kid, a bunch.
You a dog?
I had a good time. It was a good time. So, but I'm looking at my reflection in the mirror, and I thought to myself, why am I going to do this? Because the last time I did this was in college, and it didn't turn out well. It was all choppy. It was uneven. All this stuff.
A lot of people were asking you some tough questions.
Yeah, like what are you going to the
Is it
military?
is
What's
this a
happening
Britney
then?
Spears moment? Did you
It
finally
was.
join ROTC?
It was. It was my I call it my Britney Spears moment for sure. So I'm looking in the and I realized let the hair grow a little bit longer to the point where you need a haircut, and then have a professional shave your head. So
Right.
that the professional will make sure that it looks good, and then all you got to do is maintain. You just then at that point need to get a 5 blade razor and some lotion and some aftershave, and you're good to go. Like
Yeah,
you'll be set.
my brother does this thing too, where he'll let his hair grow for like a year, and then he'll just shave it, and then he's like, "I look good." And finally, my sister was like, "No, you don't." And,
Bella hit him with the no you don't.
and I was like, "I've been telling this
Yikes.
guy that for years," and he was like, "Come on, no, I do look good, right?" And she was like, "No." It's kind of like what she told me, like when I cut my hair like this, and
I think it
like,
looks good.
I used to have like this swoopy swoop,
Yeah.
right, like that. And so now it's like this. It's all just like even, and I just like Al Pacino it kind of hooah. And she's like, "Yeah, your face looks a lot more even now." I was like,
rough truce coming from
Ever since this lady can talk, it's been pretty tough tomatoes over here.
No kidding. I didn't know you. Where do you get your natural curls from? If we're gonna start the pod with this.
Well, people get really on my ass about this actually, but my mom and my brother are like, those aren't curls, those are waves. I'm like, okay,
Take your hat off again.
We have curly hair. Yeah, is this
What?
not
Okay.
curl?
Does
Are
that
these
not look like a curl?
Look at this.
That's
Look how springy this is.
That's 1,000% a curl.
Look at that.
Maybe if it was shorter, it'd be waves.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I think that's a curl. Anyway, whatever. I don't.
Semantics of
So
hair.
where do you get it from? Is my question.
I don't even know, honestly. My mom has straight hair. My dad has straight hair.
Okay, well there you go. Fascinating. All right.
Maybe the river. You know, just becoming a hippie kid.
So spring game. Speaking of the
Wait,
river.
hang on. Let me hit this intro real quick. Otherwise, this isn't a real episode of Squaring Around, everybody.
Tired of winning the tailgate, but losing the games? We can't help that. But we can tell you what the hell is up with each team and what's going on across sunny San Marcos. Texas State fans, get on your feet. You're listening to Squaring Around with Jacob Rodriguez and Andrew Zimmel.
Andrew, for the past, I would say, 3 to 4 weeks, you and I have been getting on this recording, going live on YouTube, and pretty much
That's the only place.
talking about A, because we really didn't know anything going on with the football team. We had seen baseball. By the way, baseball lost to the Islanders. I'll get that off my chest in a few minutes. But I want to talk about football first, because now, for the first time in many moons, I actually do know what's going on the football side of things, at least at this current juncture in time. Typically, I don't really like the spring kind of stuff because what do I get out of this? You know, like this isn't even the final roster. We're not going to see really a ton of plays or anything. We really didn't even see Brad kind of like lace it out, or Chris Dunn and Bo Sparks and all the usual cast of characters. So what the hell did I get out of this? I think it's just nice to see people, you know?
That's your takeaway?
Yeah. It's kind of
That's
a
your takeaway.
lame end to the newsletter, to be honest, because like I sent like the way I wrote it was like this like super cool like talk about like Greg Burrell. That was like the biggest headline from the spring game, is that Greg wasn't there and like the whole thing had happened like a week and a half beforehand, like the separation from the team.
Yeah. That's what I was gonna say. It feels like that should be like the biggest thing, right?
I guess. And that
All
is
right.
it.
So the
It
takeaway
like a
was
big, like, jersey
the takeaway
sale.
was Jacob was like happy to see people, and Greg. This goes to show that the spring game is. This
That's
just
what I'm
goes to show
saying,
that
dude.
there's nothing going on. If this is the biggest
I was
takeaway,
like, wow, I really did get a lot out of this. Like, I talked to GJ off to the side. I got to meet the new head coach, Chris Kielsmeyer, off to the side. What I get the most out of being there is like the everything else at the spring game, like the things that are not for the fans. Like I got to talk to Don, I got to talk to Kelly, I got to talk, the
Yeah.
movers and shakers of Texas State, the donors. That was like a big hidden headline for Texas State too, is that there were so many of these guys that like truly give everything to Texas State.
yeah.
And when you see Jeff Foster and a few of those guys walk out, you got to go, look at those guys.
I wish we had more of the football alum that would come back. That's always been my big thing. Is that I wish that we had more of the like big name football guys, the David Mayos of the world, that would come back to the spring game and come back to those type of things. Now, granted, I say that as somebody who didn't go and somebody who will not probably go back for an extended period of time. Going to the Texas State spring game for me is not a very high priority currently in my
think
life.
It was just kind of like romantic for me. One, because I'm like, oh, wow. If I do take a job in New York or Chicago, this could be the last time I see these guys in the spring. I, for sure, will be at DKR when Texas State takes on the Longhorns. But I'm not going to be in the press box. I'm going to be in the stadium stands.
You're gonna be in the
with my
stadium for it.
boys.
Okay.
Yeah. $135 for the nosebleed seats, by the way.
Yeah, that place is going to be sold out. It's going to be a big game, obviously more for Texas State than it is for UT, but you never know. Like, it's funny reading some of the reports out of their spring games and their practices and like what the Longhorns look like. That being said, I'm surprised you're not number one biggest story, us spoiling the Pac-12 logo. Because it does not seem...
It wasn't really us spoiling the Pac-12 logo. It was the league refusing to roll it out on its own. And so us, Fresno State, Utah State, basically rolled it out on the same day because they had some spring things going on. And I got a tip from a very helpful little birdie who was like, hey, do you see anything different about that logo? And I go, I don't know, not really. And they're like, are you sure? And I was like, is that new? And they're like, yup. And I was like, oh, cool, thanks. And so I just tweeted it real quick. 50,000 views later. Awesome.
So I think we got a lot of the spoiler type of thing when it comes to Pac-12 media because ours was ahead of the Fresno and the Utah States, I guess.
Pac-12 responded to that tweet too.
Huge for us.
Already way more than the Sun Belt ever did for us online.
Big for the brand, as the kids would say. Big for the brand.
Huge.
Yeah, and I think it looks good. I like the way that it looks. It gives that kind of rural feel. I felt like the old Pac-12 logo was very corporate. Obviously, it was the one that they had when they were winning all the national championships with UCLA and stuff like, or USC, UCLA, further and foremost. So it's nice to kind of have this like new brand. It's going to look really good. The patch looked really good. I like that they customized it for every one of the teams with the team colors and stuff. It looked really good.
That part was BS.
No, so we're not going to get the maroon one. So it's just going to be black and white.
Wow. Well, I mean, I guess you could do team color ones, but the one that was like with every
that was
team,
trending,
like yeah, that was BS. That was AI slop.
I like this stuff.
That everybody was like, "Oh yeah, let's do this." It was like, no, that's AI slop. Everybody.
I like this. I think this looks good.
I think it's a clean logo. I mean, it just reminds me of like the Entourage, like from like Entourage Aquaman.
Yeah. You think it looks like that?
Yeah, hang on. I got y'all.
Vinny chases Aquaman.
See that? The A in Aquaman?
Yeah, I guess. I don't know. I go back to the other one.
You keep this in your mind.
Yeah.
A couple tabs back. Remember when X used to be a real website? Damn it.
The Everything website?
The Everything website? I should just have this on 2 different tabs, but it takes too much time to like share and then reshare and then. But that was it. When I saw the A, that's exactly what I thought. I was like, oh hey.
Yeah, no, I kind of see it. Kind of ruins it a little bit for me, but whatever. What do you think about all the teams? It kind of enhanced it
for me.
Really?
You know? Yeah.
What do you think about all the teams on the back of the spine?
It's kind of dumb, but
kind of dumb.
Like, why do I want a tramp stamp? Like the amount of girls that have a tattoo like that now, it's like.
I thought of one girl in particular who has some Chinese logos on her back. When I saw this, I was like, "What's going on there?" That's kind of what it reminded me of. So
no, it's not. Yeah, I mean, I actually thought that was just like an accent thing, but now that I'm seeing the shirt, also I never repped the Sun Belt like that. One time, shout out the cheerleaders, and one of the cheerleaders that we knew from our time as the Baseline Bums. She saw me at a volleyball game that we had tailgated with the boys, and so we were all like, ah! Like freaking out in the stands, and she threw me a shirt.
There you go.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, point being, I do like it. I think it looks good. Now, is ours maroon? Is that what I'm seeing here? That you can buy the Texas State one and the Bobcats maroon? Does that mean if I buy the Boise State one, it's blue?
I mean, yeah, I guess so. I don't know.
And like,
I don't know how everybody else does business around here, but literally the league did a soft launch, and that's I guess the biggest headline is that you're just able to do it, I guess.
I like it. I do think that it'd be funny if they had like collector's editions of these shirts, like year one, and like you went and somebody went and bought every one of the team's Pac-12 shirts. It's like, oh, I have all of them. Make a little quilt. I think that'd be kind of fun.
Oh, we
All
got
right.
a comment about the Boobas Cup.
This is what I've been waiting for.
Hang on. There you go. What do y'all think about the SBC excluding us from the Boobas Cup this year? Seems like a cheap shot at as a departing member. We're in the lead too. Yeah, I mean,
We are in the lead.
didn't we talk about this like a while ago? Like,
Yeah, like 2 weeks ago.
it's just like,
I don't blame them. Like I've come around to like I don't really blame them. I wouldn't want to give credit to a departing member, right?
yeah,
like
you don't want to give shine to a. You know,
yeah.
it's kind of like if you break up with a girl and then like you got a poster on Instagram still or something, you know? Like,
Yeah.
why would you do that? Doesn't make sense.
One more reason not to date coworkers. Yeah,
Smart
hey,
about it.
huge team win for me and my ex. What's up with that? What's going on there? So no,
Yeah,
I mean,
like it's like you break up with a girl, but then you still have to go to a wedding with her. It's like
yeah,
ah,
that's a good one.
that's
And it's
tough.
like,
and you got to
it's-
post about it.
yeah, sponsored post.
Sponsored hashtag ad to start it
Hashtag
off.
ad. So no, I mean like that's kind of what this is. Like so I don't really for Texas State fans it does suck because we are going to win the Boobas Cup again this year. We're just not going to get it, right? Like so I get that. I understand where fans would be a little bit upset about that. Totally
That's
get
funny.
it.
This thing is so big now that I've just put it on you and my talking. My bad. I'm like
But,
covering the entire screen now.
At the same point though, I get where the Sun Belt is coming from. I can't be super upset that they're like, hey, we're not going to give Texas State this award for the athletic organization that is the best across the board. I wouldn't want a departing member to win that award. The same way that they don't want us to win any of the conference championships, and lucky for them, we have it. So
The same way that they kind of didn't want us to win any of these football games too. You remember some of those calls?
I'm
Some
not
of them-
going that far.
I'm not gonna go. Okay, that was single-handedly the reason that we lost.
But they did want us to win the conference for sure.
There
Like
was
that-
a few things that made you go,
How many overtimes can Texas State go to in a row, week after week after week, before this fan base just ends it?
It was literally like what you said. It was like new and interesting ways to lose a football game. It was
Oh yeah,
insane the way.
but we've
that-
earned it, he says.
Well,
Bush League move. I get it.
yeah. That's
We're
fair.
members through the end of the academic athletic year. Bush League move. Yeah, again, we don't have to be super excited about it, but let's do this. Do this thought experiment. If this was Troy, would you love that Troy was winning this again across the board athletic and then going to Conference USA? No. And I will say, I guarantee you the same thing would happen to UTSA or the same thing would happen to Memphis or UCF or whatever, any of these other large group of 5 schools who goes to another conference. Like this does not shock me. This is not some sort of like shocking revelation to me. It is a little disappointing for sure, but I get it at the same time.
I think, like, I don't know. You just like we can all do the math for it, and I think the only person that does do it is
Colton.
Like Colton. And then we could just know, oh yeah, we did win. But it's also kind of easy to keep track of too, because like track won indoor, it'll probably win outdoor. I don't think they won cross. Sunbelt or the softball looks like
And
they'll win the conference.
And let me
for
take you
that.
behind the curtain here a little bit. If I know one thing about Danfus and Don, if we win the cup, which it looks like we're going to, but we're just not going to get the award, you don't think they're going to make a big deal about it? You don't think they're going to be like, hey, by the way, athletes, by the way, coaches, like, congratulations on this hell of a season. Congratulations on this hell of
Yeah.
a year. Like,
If they
they're
were
going-
letting us win this cup, we would have won it, but we did not. Something like that.
I have a feeling that there's going to be a tweet, there's going to be a message, a video, or something that's going to come out, and all the fans are going to absolutely love it, and the Sun Belt's not going to like it that much. That's just from my point of view. I imagine that's probably going to happen. But by the way, there's 2 important sports that are going on right now, baseball and softball, who are slowly getting their act together, even though baseball loses to the Islanders, that they could still win the conference. And that, to me, matters a lot more, is like going to an NCAA regional. I don't really care about the Boobas Cup. I've never really cared about the Boobas Cup. I do care about winning games in the NCAA tournaments. And that's what both these organizations could do. And if they don't figure it out soon, they're not going to. So that's where I think fans should have their heads. Not this award that kind of feels made up. Like, okay, hey, you won a bunch of cool, great. It's a good
Yeah,
accumulation
this
of
is
everything.
like what an
I don't really
athletic
care.
conference does. Like when you're not competing on the national level, you're literally competing internally. You know.
Yeah. Like, oh, cool, you won your
But I mean,
top. Like,
everybody's conference does something like this, like the Commissioner's Cup or like something like that.
the Big 12 did one, and I remember they hated that Texas won it. The SEC's done it for a number of years, and like years that Alabama won national championships, they came in fifth in that. Like, it just doesn't. I don't really get that excited about these type of things. And I understand that, like fans
You
that
don't
feel like it's
wake up
bush
in the
league, I get
morning
it.
and go, "Where are we in the Boobas Cup standings?"
Never once. I will argue that I have never woke up and thought about where do we rank in the volleyball standings either. Like,
Tell you what, who
you
does
know,
is those guys from Louisiana. Those guys keep
that's all they
track of this
have.
like nobody's business.
I will say, like, if the more you learn about what a Cajun fan is, you start realizing, like, that's tough. Texas is a huge state, ginormous state. We have a bunch of really good universities in this state. So if you are like a Baylor fan or you're a Texas Tech fan, like, and you feel like little brother, like, okay, kind of get it, right? Texas State fans have a little bit of that chip on the shoulder. Cajun fans, man, like, Louisiana is not that big, and they are like fifth when it comes to, or at least third when it comes to the schools in that state. How would you like to be in a smaller state, a less active state, to be honest with you, and you're still like bottom of the? That's tough. That's why they care as much as they do, and I understand it. Like, I'd probably feel that way too if I was a
Like
Cajun
you had to
fan.
change your university name for people to start taking you seriously, and still everybody calls you the other thing because
Yeah.
it doesn't really matter.
So it's
'Cause
LSU,
you are in a
obviously.
state with LSU. Yeah,
It's LSU, obviously. It's Tulane, probably.
yeah.
And I mean, like,
And it was Tulane
Lots
even
of-
when we were in school, like in 2016 and 2020.
oh, it's been Tulane forever.
Yeah.
So my question, so like, I'm saying Cajuns are third, fourth.
McNeese gets more headlines sometimes than these guys.
Yeah, that's tough. That's tough. Tough look.
Shout out McNeese. Do you want to look at the baseball standings?
Yeah, let's do it. We got some time.
Speaking of the Boobas Cup, this is where baseball currently stands in it, basically, because each team, based on where they finish in the tournament.
Mm-hmm.
So we are sitting basically where we left off last time, right in the middle of these standings.
And
27
now,
and 18
game
for our
under.
beloved Bobcats after
game
that
under
loss
500.
last night.
yeah, and this is what I'm saying when I talk about getting your act together, because you have 5 teams that are 10 and 11, and then one team that's 11 and 10. You're not going to catch Coastal at this point, so you're just essentially playing for seeding. The highest you probably can get is a 2 seed, depending if Southern Miss and App State kind of fall apart. Not exactly ideal going into the tournament, but again, it's a baseball tournament. You never know. Things can change. Things can happen. If the hits
Teams get hot at the right time.
yeah, and at least you're going to make the turn. Knock on wood. At least you're going to make the tournament this year. You're not going to
Yeah,
be
because there
the
has
odd
been
team
years
out.
where we say, "Oh, this team is a lock," and then they lose the next 5. or
Yeah, it's like,
something.
oh, they're a lock, but they're gonna sneak in. No, they're a lock to sneak in. No, absolutely not.
Yeah. These guys will head out to South Alabama, which is one of the
10 and 11 teams.
yeah. They're sitting right above Arkansas State and us.
Yeah, I think it comes down to run differential too, right? When it comes to some of these tiebreakers.
Yeah.
So we'll see how it goes from that point. And then you play Baylor, another team that's been solid this year.
Gonna
Beat
spank
the
us at
snot
home,
out of us.
likely. Yeah. And then you play Arkansas State, who these are really important series coming up.
Yeah,
Here
they're very
at
important
Irvin
series.
Rasmussen's ballpark. I still
Very
can't say
important
that name. I
series.
think we need to kind of come up with like a nickname for it. It's a tough name though.
So you got 3 series, 2 series against teams that are ahead of you in the standings, theoretically. And if you don't go 2-1,
Yeah,
You're
like
in
you pretty
trouble.
much just need to pretend that you're behind the 8 ball no matter where the standings are from this point on.
yeah, you're playing for your postseason lives. And even then, I will say, like, you get into the tournament, anything can happen. But even then, it does feel like this baseball team, the hits have started to come, Jakey. The pitching is still not really where I want it to be. It's the whole season, and it's not good because this is like year 3 of like not really having a good pitching staff in my mind.
Who threw last night? Let's see. I didn't keep.
I was watching Spurs basketball. I'll be honest.
Yeah, exactly. I had some things to go. Oh, Titan Tarjack? Wow. Sad face. And in relief, Kyle Freilich, Mark Wart.
Yep. So yeah, that's what I was gonna ask. Where do you feel like the baseball team is sitting right now?
Dude, I'm kind of lamenting this season already.
Already chalking it up. Moving on to next.
People have been asking me, is Trouty in the hot seat? Yes.
You think so?
The only saving grace, I think, though, I think the university has been very smart about the coaches it is looking to part ways with, and also like the optics of all that too. You're trying to have as few like negative headlines and as few question marks as possible as you move into like the Pac-12, and so I think he keeps his job in transition. I think year one of the Pac-12 goes or doesn't go. You know, we're playing with DBU. We'll see what the offseason looks like as well. If are any other schools added in that after that first academic full year of the Pac-12? I guess you would learn about that though, maybe towards the end of the football season, once the first year of this like media rights deal kicks in and people go, oh wow, we're on TV. TV, that's crazy.
Yes, the CW, get the Sling TV subscription now.
Yeah.
Insert ad here, question mark. Let's get that going, DCTF. Yeah, I mean, like, there's a lot of gains to be had and to add another member, especially DBU being potentially a good baseball school, too. So there's a lot of, spots that we could add to. I think if you're going to add a member, you're probably going to hear about it late May of next year, and then it'll happen in 2028. That would be my idea, probably. The other thing about this football season, man, it's going to be weird. Like, it's going to be a really weird first year because of all the extra noise going on.
And you get a flex game. You get a flex game, too.
You do get a flex game. Now, this is a take. Put this one.
Oh, look at this. Trout seat is hot. TJ's is on fire.
I have been
agree
saying
completely.
that, but have you been looking at Twitter about the recruits for basketball, men's basketball?
Ye old TJ Johnson keep your job strategy is step one. Have a fire recruiting class. So you're kind of untouchable at least for 1 year. Especially if in that 1 year your team is slated to go from one conference to another conference. And then also that conference changes its logo overnight and everybody gets pissed about it.
He has to finish top half. That's it. Like, I feel like it's a very easy ask to
I think Trout
end up
has
in the
to play
top
4
half.
games in the tournament. Trout has to make it to the semifinals of the conference tournament.
That's a big ask.
Well, just to like appease the masses, you know.
Hey, listen, if that's the bar, he's already packing the China.
Really, you think so?
You think this team could be able to the semifinals?
In all likelihood, I think we're going to enter the tournament as a 4th or a 5th seed.
I would guess 6, but yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So let's say for the sake of argument, we enter as a 6th seed.
Okay.
We got to play 4 to even become relevant at that point, right?
That's a lot of games, dude. You're winning a lot. You're
That's
asking
what I'm saying.
for a lot.
We're already here. We've dug our grave. This is how you get out. Like, what I'm asking for is like kind of the bare minimum. Actually,
when I was in college, I would tank the first test of the semester.
What?
I would always tank, and not on purpose, just that's how I was. I would tank the first test of the semester, dig a hole, and then have to dig my way out of it. And I always ended up with like a B average, right?
Exact opposite. A's first thing all around. Like I would start off so high, and then slowly you would see it's like a 100-meter dash. Like I'm hitting my top speed.
But here's the comp: is to baseball, because baseball has dug their hole, and now it's like, how do you get out of it? Are you gonna pass that final? And if you're gonna pass the final, it's got to be with a 93. A 93 is getting to the semifinals of the tournament. Like this is where you
But that
better.
makes it like a passable grade, or that is like an A plus for you.
That is a passable grade for this baseball team. Like,
Yikes,
you
Spice.
have to get to if that's where your bar is. Like, hey, you got to get to the
Yeah.
semifinal if you want to keep your job. Like, that's what it is. So what
I mean,
are you
it's
doing to
not
get
like
there?
if he doesn't do that, he's not going to keep his job though.
Uh,
I still
are you
feel like he's
sure?
like kind of a ways away from being fired.
How close are you?
So the case?
No,
So-
not to the case. The case are obviously like sitting on his lap.
How
But,
close
like-
am I?
So I'll be the objective quote person here. Okay. The last memorable season was 4 years ago. Okay.
Yeah. 2022.
4 years is a long time in college athletics.
Yep.
And for a fan base that's very impatient, a fan base that's going to a new conference, they're not going to want to run it back again.
But
And
do you think that
I
all these
don't-
guys are more like, let's turn the page than like, because I think we're at a time, especially like within the department right now, where like the temperature has to be hot to fire somebody, obviously, and also the money has to be right.
That is true,
We
too.
are being pretty close to the vest with the amount of paper we got going on right now.
Yeah, no, and that's a very good point. That's a very
So
fair
if we
point
can
as
keep
well.
this guy balling on a budget style, it makes sense to me. That
I
we
would be
wouldn't get rid of him.
curious. I'd be curious to see how much the city of San Marcos makes on travel.
tickets.
Like, no, not parking tickets. Parking tickets too, but like travel. Like, what do the hotels and the restaurants make with us going to the Pac-12? That would be my. I'd be curious to see what those numbers look like.
What sucks
for
about that
tourism.
is that you have to kind of wait a while to truly see the impact of that. Because I'm trying to do a story over here about like how the marathon, like the economic impact
Yeah.
of the first inaugural San Antonio marathon. If you know, 10 years ago it was called that before, but it wasn't. Whatever.
Yeah.
Anyway, the city's getting the full benefit of it. That's what Andrew's talking about too.
I'd be curious. I want to see those numbers. I want to know that. But also, you got to think. I have a very different way of looking at things than they do. Like, we're in media, so our idea is like, hey, quick solution. Like, we don't have time to pussyfoot around. We gotta go.
I'm the complete opposite of you right now. I'm saying no.
No, and I think
But I'm
Don
also
and, Don
like
and Kelly
literally
probably say
Steve
the same
Trout
thing.
propaganda. I've sat with Steve Trout and his family before. Like
This isn't personal. This is just like
you're a businessman.
I am telling you what I think college athletics looks like,
Yeah.
and what the Sun Belt looked like, and what the Pac-12 is going to look like. Like, that's all I'm doing.
It's
and
not personal. It's business to you.
A coach according to Jacob, a coach that needs to go to the semifinal of a tournament who has not done that in a couple years, that's a big ask. So I just want to lay that out there.
They just don't have any arms, dude. Like we have Jesus Tovar, and if he's not throwing, and even when he is throwing, it's like we don't have a chance still. We used to have guys that could throw CGs. Our guy, what's his name?
I don't know who you're.
Kristen Stivers. There you go.
Yeah. So
That was the thing too. Is like we're operating sort of like the softball team in that sense. Like they've always had two really great pitchers. We kind of
we
had
have
like
do not put baseball into that.
But-
Baseball has not been that.
since Tristan Stivers, and then last year we had Tippy and some other guys who like only truly showed up in like the big games. And like, do you want a baseball team that does that or just is good overall?
I've been saying forever. I'd rather have a consistently good team than a team that beats Texas and Texas A&M and then just craps the bed against Marshall.
It's tough. And the way that Jim Schlossnagle has turned around Texas in 1 year literally makes me sick to my stomach.
He's a good coach.
He's a great coach. Phenomenal coach, bad guy. I'll say it first.
I will zag and go great coach, better guy.
Wow.
I've heard a lot of really good things about him. And I will say this, that if I was doing a UTSA podcast and Jacob came to me and said, hey, we should do a Texas State podcast, I would also leave and go to a position to be with my friend.
But that's because of the relationship with CDC.
Yeah.
And, yeah.
Slush. I feel like
I'd be like, if I was the director of athletics at a
Yeah.
school and you were somewhere else, I'd be
Yeah.
like, hey, it's him.
Exactly. I feel like we
You
are.
want to work with me? Ooh.
I feel like a lot of people are not giving enough, credence to male friendship. Male loneliness epidemic's a real thing. Friendship's it's a hot commodity right now. Just
Dude, did I
saying.
tell you about I'm so blessed. We have such a great friend group, right? But then you're right, like male friendship at an all-time low. And so
All-time
like
low.
I've been going to the same run group over here for like 3 years, so some people have my number, I'm kind of known in the community. And this guy calls me, right? And I go, "Hey man, how's it going?" And I've known this guy since high school, right? But
Yeah,
like
you told
he
me the story.
waits like 2, 3 full beats on the phone before he goes, "Hey, Jago, how's it going, man?" And I'm like, "Oh, how's it going?" He's like, "I was just wondering, you want to go on a run or something?" And I was like, "Yeah, dude, totally. Like, you could, it's fine. Like, but like we're not like tight like that, you
You're,
know?"
you're better than me. Somebody did that to me once. They were like, "Hey," I was like, "Stop beating around the bush. What do you want?" To hang out
No.
with you. Cool.
No, I
Let's
mean
do
you
it.
you call me,
Yeah.
and then we have like a 10 minute like long like diatribe about something, and then you always go, "I gotta let you go." I'm like,
Which
"We let you
is
go."
exactly
dude."
how this podcast is gonna go. Thanks for subscribing, everybody.
Wow. Typical.
We walked right into it.
Is that it?
It's got to be. I got to get back to the grind.
Thanks for listening. New episodes out every Thursday. Follow the boys on Twitter. Eat 'em up. Eat 'em up.
That's so funny. What a bastard. I thought he was I thought he was being kidding.